All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lucky 13 Podcast. I'm Jeff.
Melody.
And we got Johnny here from Candiria. Say what's up, Johnny.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me.
And we got Frankie going to be doing the news a little bit later.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Yeah, awesome.
Hopefully we're not going to talk about Corey Feldman this week because it's too much for me.
Yeah, no Corey Feldman.
It's too much for me last week.
All right, never mind.
It's too much.
Yeah, do you want to go in? Do you got something to say about Corey Feldman, Johnny?
You saw the Today Show performance?
I totally did.
You totally did.
I liked his response to all of the comments more than I liked.
What was the response?
Oh my God!
Please, can you tell me? Can you paraphrase?
He was just falling to pieces over the reaction, which I don't know why he's surprised at all.
Because he's so out of touch.
But yes, it was lovely.
I feel bad for him, to be honest with you. I feel bad. I think he's so out of touch. He's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's still living in the 80s.
Yeah, that happens to child actors. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it truly peaked at what, 10?
That's kind of messed
And
up.
then all the people around him are dead. Like he was hanging out with Michael Jackson and Corey Haim, and these people are all dead. That's kind of depressing.
Well, now I feel bad for him too.
Sorry. All right. In other things.
Yeah. So, Melody, you want to tell what's going on this weekend? We'll get that stuff over with real quick.
Okay.
And then we can start a little interview with Johnny.
Okay. Tonight we have open mic. We have no idea what that means because Paulie sucks. I'm glad Paulie never listens to these because every week I just talk about how much he sucks. So I don't know. I have no idea. If you're interested in what's going on tonight, call the telephone, the bar phone, and maybe ask for Paulie because I have no idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Okay, because we don't know. But tomorrow night I have my Black Metal Yoga, which is, I think it's almost sold out, so never mind. And Friday we have Warrior Soul, so old school.
Old school metal.
Awesome.
Warrior Soul in the house.
Yeah, cool.
So they're playing Friday night, thanks to Wendigo, and with support from a few other bands, Honor Among Thieves, So, which is pronounced C-E-A, which is spelled C-E-A-U-X, so I'm not sure it's pronounced So, but that's what it looks like. Anticosm and Metal Fire.
Yes.
$15 Friday night. So
Cool.
that's probably going to be awesome. I hope.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what kind of people come out for Warrior Soul.
It's going to be a good mix of people.
You think?
Yeah.
It's going to look like a 3 of Cups explosion in here.
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
Chef Tim will be here.
Yeah, he said he's coming. I know.
Is a insane
Warrior Soul fan?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
He's coming. I know Chris Santos is coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's definitely, we'll have a nice little turnout.
Some awesome peeps down in the house. And then Saturday we have some out-of-town bands. Those guys, Dead Empires, that played at the Old Spot a few times that I always loved. They're like instrumental prog, awesome. They put a show together for us every once in a while. So they're playing Saturday night with a few bands. Earworms.
I don't remember them.
You would if you saw them.
Yeah.
Big Pig and Bangladeshi.
Awesome.
Bangladeshi's a really cool band.
So they're playing Saturday night.
I like the name Big Pig.
Big Pig.
Yeah.
It's two B's, big, and 2 G's, pig.
Nice.
It's
Lots of letters.
It's a fucking big pig.
Big Pig, yeah.
Big pig.
Yes. and then Sunday night, my man Gutter Christ in the house.
Nice.
With Thanatology. He's got a
Cult
band
leader himself.
I love that man. He's got a band from Tijuana, Mexico called Thanatology playing. They've never played on the East Coast before, which is cool. And he's got some local support. Corpse Hoarder. Corpse Hoarder. Scuzz from New Jersey. Of course, Scuzz is from New Jersey. Slasher Throat and Replicant, and that's $12 Sunday evening.
And that's it, going on over the weekend, right?
Yeah, no matinee this week. The Sunday show is actually at night. It's at 8 p.m. instead of during the day.
Cool. Just a big, just to kind of touch on this weekend a little bit. Friday night, big thanks to the Rumblers Car Club. Those guys were awesome, and we had a great night on Friday night. There were some really cool bands that played.
Super weird crowd.
Yeah,
people from other countries and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people from Germany, Italy. Like it was awesome. It was a really cool crowd. It was a cool crowd. Like everybody was chill. Everybody was drinking a lot. The bands were great. There was some like rockabilly. There was some.
The bands were great for you.
You didn't like it?
No.
There was this band, the Welsh Boys played from Boston. No, you didn't like that either?
The next to last band, Derek was here, and he was like, this might be the best band that ever played at Lucky 13. I'm like, it sounds like a bad Dropkick Murphys. Like,
they were fucking, what's wrong with you? They were fucking awesome.
Not my thing. It's not my thing at all.
It was like sing along. I was back here singing along. It was fucking great.
Exactly. You just pointed out why I hate it. I'm
it
very
was.
black
It was.
metal, Jeff.
It was very
I
Dropkick
don't want to fucking
Murphys.
sing along. I just
Open your open your mind a little bit. Come on. I was very Dropkick Murphys.
I'm
Like they were,
stomping my foot.
and they were from Boston, so it was.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. I'm not saying it was bad. It's just I don't enjoy that type of music.
All right.
Yeah,
that
sorry.
way. It's
Can't like everything.
Yeah, no, it's true.
How's the level coming in?
All right, we'll try this again.
Are we on the air?
Yeah, we're on the air.
Oh, hello. We had a little technical difficulty.
Yes, okay, you guys are coming through a little bit better now.
Fantastic.
Yay.
Okay.
Just talk into the mic and talk
I mean,
loud,
dude,
please.
I can't. I'll,
He's
make
scared.
out
Yeah,
with it.
make out
He's
with it,
making
please.
out.
All right, so Melody, go ahead.
Yeah, I just earlier asked Johnny to tell us a little bit about Candiria for those who might not be in the know.
Okay. So Candiria is a band from Brooklyn, New York. We play a sort of hybrid of hardcore, metal, post-hardcore, jazz, and fusion, some hip-hop influences, and all of that in our own special way.
Yes.
And we've been around for quite a while. We have several records out, but now we just signed a Metal Blade after being away for a while. We have a new record coming out on October 7th. It's called While They Were Sleeping. And we just put it on a new video today for the title track of the album on Brooklyn Vegan and Invisible Oranges,
What's the song?
While They Were Sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Title track.
Yeah, sorry.
What's the total? How many years Candiria been together now?
92, right?
Yeah, that was the inception of the band was 92, so
And what year did
25 years.
What year did you join?
I joined in 97.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Long
20
time.
I was.
years.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
amazing.
Do you
Well,
think that you
amazing.
guys were
Yeah,
one of
almost.
the first bands to combine hip hop, metal, jazz?
Tastefully.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like you were the first band to do it, where it was like, all right, this isn't fucking cheesy. It was done very well. It was done very smart. It wasn't. You know what I mean? Like,
Thanks.
that's what impressed me about it. It's just it's great.
Thank you.
Not one riff. It was. I was always amazed going to see Candiria. Like people that knew the songs, like when there was dancing going on, and like people that knew the songs so fucking well. They would know every part because I'm fucking burnt. I can't remember shit. So there was never the same riff twice. It was always it was great. So it was
Thanks.
it was definitely ahead of its time and very innovative and stuff like that.
Thanks. I think we are cited as being one of the founding bands to sort of start the whole like math metal movement.
Yeah.
Along
Yeah.
with Meshuggah and the Dillinger Escape Plan. And it's nice to be cited as that, and it's great to know that we've influenced bands like Animals as Leaders and Between the Buried and Me, and other bands like Gojira have in the past mentioned that we were somewhat of an inspiration.
Yeah.
I don't like to quote people.
Yeah.
But-
I don't like to toot my own horn.
Yeah, you can brag it.
But you know what? Maybe they didn't say that. Maybe
Yeah,
some
yeah.
other asshole said it, and because I didn't never heard some guy from Gojira come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm a fan," or "I dig your stuff," and it's an influence. But I heard that. I heard it through the grapevine.
You can brag a little, Johnny.
Yeah,
No, I mean,
it's
So
okay. Don't be
fun.
so humble.
Because
Yeah.
those guys are amazing.
Yeah.
25 years, huh?
Didn't-
How many
25.
albums? I'm sorry,
It's
how
okay.
many albums?
At this point, I think this is our 8th full length.
Nice.
Putting him on the spot. Frankie asking him
Yeah.
questions.
I'm just because you said you have a new single out, so I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's 25 years, good history.
This is our 8th full length album.
Now-
Studio
Ooh.
album.
Now, I always felt like Candiria didn't
Get as
Get-
big as they should have.
as you should have.
Always
Yes.
had the same thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like really, you guys should have been fucking huge and should be selling out fucking stadiums right now.
I think it was just too weird for people. People don't get it.
Well, I know like what I always respected you guys for, but as a business move, I remember you guys kind of did everything on your own. And I remember, like when I first read about you guys, it was in Rolling Stone, and it was one of the top 10 up and coming metal bands. And the only two bands I remember, because I got introduced because of that list, was Candiria and Meshuggah. And but you guys kind of always did things DIY, right? Like
Right.
you always kind of did things on your own.
Well, we did, and I, one of the reasons why we never signed to a label like Relapse or like we signed to Central Media, but we only did one record deal. Just circumstances didn't really like there were certain circumstantial situations that just didn't help the band really blow up like the other bands that we were touring with did, like LaMacchia and Shadows Fall. But I mean, I think the thing is, we never did a festival tour. We've never done any festivals in Europe. We've never done a bigger tour, we've never done a tour bigger than the Kitty tour, which we didn't even want to do it, but it actually turned out to be one of the coolest tours we've ever done. But we never had those opportunities. And then when the accident happened...
I was just about to ask if that was the big setback.
That was the major thing, because at that point, 2002, that's when everything changed, man. I mean, LaMacchia at that point, that was like the breaking point for all the bands.
Right.
Century Media became huge, took over Ozfest, and it just changed, the whole industry changed. And that was right when we got into that major accident. That was a major setback for us. Then when we came back, we had really no choices, because no one really thought that Candiria would ever be the same after that. So the only label situation we could find was an outsider, this new guy with a new label. Wasn't the ideal situation for us.
And he kind of bent you guys over, right?
A little bit. Not as bad as some of the other labels
we just got really. I remember
A slight bend over.
Yeah, you.
It was a bend over with a reach around. As opposed to where
nice.
straight
All right,
all right.
not even asking.
Right. So there was a little pleasure there.
There was, because he was a good guy and he had good intentions. And I still consider this dude a really good friend, but just came from a different place, a different sort of mindset and a sort of different spirit. You know what I mean? You can form a band or form a label, and you can approach how you're going to do things from so many different ways and so many different angles. And it just, when we met, I clashed with him personally. But now looking back, I appreciate what he was trying to do. It just didn't work out.
Yeah. For those who don't know about the accident, did you want to maybe, I know it's probably not the most pleasant thing to talk about, but some people might be like, what accident? What happened?
Sure. And no, I don't mind talking about it. I mean, it's and it actually really is. It's an important part of our history as a band.
Correct.
So in 2002, we were on tour supporting one of our records. We were out with, I think it was 40 Below Summer, and we were out. It was our third day of the tour. We just finished playing Northern Lights in Albany, and the next day we had to be in Cleveland. So we were driving, and we rested in the middle of the night, and then we drove out in the morning. And at 9 a.m., we were rear-ended by a tractor trailer, and we were rear-ended by a tractor trailer. The van jackknifed into the trailer that we had. And then the tractor trailer hit us again, and then we flipped several times. I was ejected from the vehicle, my bass player was, my guitar player, and my drummer were. And we all miraculously survived.
Which is amazing.
It is amazing.
Really is.
Seeing the photo of the wreck was pretty intense. So
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
Yeah, and that was the last full length you put out with that picture on the cover, right? That was the last.
It was the last full length we supported, because then Kiss the Lie came out after that.
Oh yes,
but
okay.
it was. I mean, we don't consider it we do consider it a full length release that we put out, but we didn't actually get to support the record,
Right.
and it just never got the recognition we felt it deserved. But a lot of people consider that to be our last big full length. So yeah.
Right.
So yeah, pretty psyched to put all the darkness, that kind of darkness behind us and move on.
Yeah, you haven't had it easy, man. Poor Johnny. Johnny has not had it easy. It seems like every time he does something, he gets kicked in the fucking nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then you come back.
Thanks, man.
It's
Yeah,
like you also
gotta-
did movie soundtracks.
Thanks, man.
and
Yeah.
Gotta
Frank-
keep climbing out of the
Yeah.
hole.
You do. You can't. I
Yeah.
mean, we have so many friends that have been, look at all of our mutual friend Chris Santos, who's, it's taken him so long to, have success with his restaurants. He had a few before he
Yeah.
had a successful spot. You just got to keep doing it.
keep trying. That's all you can do, man. What are you gonna do? Fucking lay down and cry about shit? You know what I mean?
You
You
guys
can't.
have struggled over the years with so many different things with your vision about how you wanted to have music, and then you had your fucking neighbors. You guys had to find a new spot, and you prevailed.
Yeah.
Never give up. Never.
Never give it up.
We must persevere.
That's it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's important.
But good, man. This is exciting, though. You had a new video came out today, also, right?
Yes. Yes.
We're gonna
And-
go watch that afterwards.
Yeah, and you can
Cool.
see that on Brooklyn Vegan. Are
Yeah, you know what I want to ask about.
You do, but real quick before we get into that, so you got a tour coming up also, right?
Yes.
When does that start?
We are doing we're kind of we want to celebrate how much support we've had over the years in our hometown. So we're doing a 5-borough we're calling it a 5-borough world tour. It's like our world, So
That's pretty cool.
Aw,
Yeah.
So
that's so
we're doing a show in every borough, and we're playing some really interesting places.
Yeah.
Really small place. A place called Mother Pug Saloon.
Yeah, which is crazy. I've been in there. I love that place. It's a great little fucking bar.
Yeah.
And when I saw you guys were playing there, I'm like, it is gonna be fucking nuts in there.
I'm kind of excited about that.
I'm excited about it too. I definitely want to go check it out because
Cool.
it's a cool little spot to play.
Cool, man. We're really excited about it. So
It's about the size of the old Lucky 13, maybe
Yeah.
a little bit bigger.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
gonna be
maybe a little
packed.
bit bigger.
Yeah, it starts on the 7th. We play Arlene's Grocery on the 7th with Primitive Weapons and Cavallo. Then we play on the 8th in Queens at Blackthorn 51 with Car Bomb, The Last Stand, Desolate, and some local acts.
Oh, that's great.
Then we play in Staten Island at Mother Pug Saloon with Tombs and Meek is Murder, which will be
Nice.
insane. And then we take a day off. And then we play the Bronx at a place called Alfie's Place,
Never heard it.
which doesn't even have a PA system. We have to bring one in.
Yeah, it's
nice.
the Bronx. It
Yeah.
would get stolen if they had one.
Yeah, we're playing with Circuit of Suns and Billy Club Sandwich. And then we play at Gold Sounds in Brooklyn with Dalek and Husbandry. And then we're doing like a little after party at this place called Dromedary Bar.
Dalek. What is Dalek? I know that name.
Dalek
It's a
is...
Doctor Who enemy.
Yes, that's...
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Dalek is one of those robots.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Exterminate.
Yep, exactly. But Dalek is they're considered alternative hip hop, but they play. It's like imagine Jezu meets Wu-Tang Clan.
Really? That's
To give you-
interesting.
To give you, but I mean, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't listen to much recent hip hop, like modern hip hop. I mean, or I don't listen to a lot of it. But if you listen to Dalek, they're such an inspiring band.
Did they name themselves after?
Well, I'm sure they
the
did,
robots
Frankie.
from Doctor Who?
I'm sure they did.
It's a
Pretty likely.
combination. It's a combination of the word dialect and Dalek,
Okay.
and the inspiration of the
How,
Doctor
can
Who.
you spell
Dalek.
Okay.
Doctor
And
Who fans.
they're amazing. I mean, we're also doing a tour with them in November. We're going out to the Midwest with them and up to Canada. They're an amazing, amazing act to see live, and I'm so psyched that they're
Nice.
willing to go on the road with us. They've toured with the Melvins, Tool. They were on Patton's label. They've toured with ISIS. I mean, I really recommend anyone check them out.
Nice. All right.
May I?
Yes, you may.
Okay. So I've been dying to ask this question. I actually was hoping that Carly would come and talk to us, but so when I saw you guys were playing in Brooklyn and you weren't playing here, especially because you worked here for so many years, and I know you love us. I was like, I called Jeff and I said, "What the fuck? I see Candiria's playing at the Black Bear, which I guess closed."
Yeah,
Is
they
that right?
closed, and now
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
playing at Gold Sound.
And I said, what is happening right now? And he said, Carly won't play here because he's born again and we have a giant pentagram on the back wall. So I want to know a more accurate
Okay.
response.
All right. I think we were drinking.
Yeah.
Me and Jeff were out drinking. And I think I may have said it in a way that was really like, he will not. It's really, he would prefer not to because, he has certain beliefs. I mean, I would liken it to you doing your yoga class in a slaughterhouse. You know what I mean? You would not feel, you wouldn't be too
We're not
psyched.
actually worshiping Satan here,
No,
though.
absolutely. And it doesn't have anything to do with that. I don't think he feels that there's any connection to. He knows it's an aesthetic, but here's where things get a little tricky. Carly's also a teacher, and I don't really mean to speak for Carly, and I really shouldn't, but I know that I could say a few things about it. He does have other things that he has in his life that if he is, you know what I mean, they really can't collide too much. So he just doesn't feel that comfortable playing certain venues for that
Right.
reason.
And I
And-
get it, but it would be easy enough for us to put down.
Yeah, but I don't.
the
I got to be
screen
honest.
or-
I don't want to get into this too much because I would love that if hopefully Carly is listening to this and we would love to sit down and discuss
Yeah,
this with
because
him.
I would like
at-
to
at some
really,
point.
really curious.
Yeah,
about
but that's Johnny
why.
speaking for Carly, and I would love to speak to
Right,
Carly
right.
ourselves. You know what
But
I mean?
I just want to make it clear that we're not actually worshiping Satan or doing anything like that
I
here.
don't think.
You
Well,
know?
I think when Frankie cleans, he does do.
He may do a little goat
he
slaughter.
he does some ritualistic stuff.
There may be some
Stuff
rituals.
happens, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, he takes the mop and I'm not going to get into it because it's rather creepy.
But that's just saying not the bar, it's being the goats.
Well, I was bummed.
Well,
I was bummed about it.
I mean, I wouldn't be because I mean, we I love Lucky 13 and the band does, and I'm going to continue doing things here. I've done 3 record release parties
Oh,
here.
I know.
Yeah,
Baby.
and that-
I know.
and I
I
get-
know you
always
will.
do the same
Of
thing.
Of course
You know,
not.
it's a
Of
new
course.
record.
And listen, I have to say, Candiria did a little surprise show here one time, and
Yes.
I fucking. It was fucking crazy. I went up into the sound booth and I got fucking goosebumps. I was like, "This is fucking awesome!"
Yeah, it was.
Like it was great. It was
Yeah,
great.
it was
But no, I mean, I totally understand that.
All
you
respect
gotta,
for Carly. All
Oh, yeah,
respect.
nothing
Yeah.
but,
I just wanted to, get it a little closer to the mouth than
Sure.
third
I
person.
would love to interview Carly at
He
some
would
point if he would totally do it.
love to.
Because also, not just religious questions, but like, dude, his style of singing was so, again, like ahead of its time. It was fucking hip hop style, but it was fucking screaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody had ever fucking done
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that before. Not that I had ever heard. You know what I mean? It was so innovative. I'm actually not complimenting you at all, Johnny.
No,
I'm just complimenting.
Well, he's my singer, so I
So,
guess.
well, Johnny can say thank you on behalf of,
Thank
yeah.
you on behalf.
Yeah.
No, it's true, and before I was in the band, I was in the mid '90s when I met those guys, and we started playing shows together with my old band. It was one of the most interesting aspects of the band because I'm not a huge fan of death metal or death metal style vocals. I do like it, but I don't listen to too much of it. And the way Carly did it, it was just done in such a tasteful way for me that it was just more attractive and more interesting.
Yeah,
And
it was very
It was
artistic.
exciting to hear, and he put his own twist on it, and that is one of the reasons why I think that to this day people still are interested in what we're doing. They still are interested in hearing more of that. So couldn't be happier that we have another chance, and fans are still super psyched.
I'm really looking forward to hearing it. And Johnny, even your solo stuff, the stuff that you've done with Crooked Man, I loved Crooked Man. I was
Thank
really
I love Spylocopa.
Spylocopa
Yeah.
was amazing. Like check out any of these bands: Crooked Man, Spylocopa, and it's not Mourn. Like
The Mill and the Cross.
Mill and the Cross.
Yeah, we gotta change our
I still call it Mourn. I can't
Me
help
too.
it.
I still am like, dude, when are we gonna play a Morn show? I'm like,
Yeah.
it's the Mill and the Cross. I mean, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I think Candiria has survived and still loves making music together is because we are all really cut from the same cloth, and we all really do love to do so many different types of creative projects. And because if we were a band that made the same record over and over again, we would have made a few records, and then we probably would have broken up.
You get bored.
That's enough.
Yeah.
You get bored.
But Candiria is a fun project, and we get to do crazy different things all the time. And
What's your favorite Candiria album?
I would say, I mean, it's a tough one, but I would say Beyond Reasonable Doubt is
Yeah.
one of my favorites
Yeah.
of all
Yeah.
time.
That's one of my
There's
favorites.
something about that record where they just truly captured the spirit of the band fully. But I also have great memories of that. That's when I joined the band.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have great memories of touring for the first time with the band. So there's something about that I'll never be able to replace in my mind. Kiss the Lie, probably our least known record, is one of my favorites as well because it was made in such a different with such different circumstances that I felt it was a great challenge for us. But we made this really cool piece of art that we've never done anything like that before. And I got to help co-produce the record as well. This new one is one of my all-time favorites as well because it's an exciting record. It's really
Anything
we've never
new
done a
is fun.
concept album
Anything
either.
is new. It was the concept record.
Concept album, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lyrical concept and a storyline that Carly wrote. It took him about a year to write it, and we never wrote music based on a lyrical concept before. So we had to find ways to he would tell us this part of the story, and we would have to what would the mood be like, and then how do you also make that have enough of a Candiria vibe where we're not sounding like this too crazy. You know what I mean? Because even though our music takes different turns from time to time, there's still always something about it that sounds like Candiria. And there are moments on this album where it goes a little bit further than that. And to me, that's exciting. I know some of our fans are not going to be ready for that, but we also like to.
You gotta grow.
You-
I
but
mean, you
you're-
have to grow.
I feel like-
you, know,
Yeah, you do.
you can't be Slayer at the same album.
No, and I think you have a good fan base where, I mean, of course, everybody loves hearing the old stuff. You know what I mean? But you can't keep making that record over and over again. You can't. You can't keep make. You gotta grow as an
I kinda
artist.
wish
You know what I mean?
Metallica kept making the same record over and over.
And I
Yeah.
gotta say, I really enjoy these new Metallica songs. I
Ugh.
think they're pretty. I'll say this.
I love you, Johnny,
don't want
but
to
ugh.
stop. I don't want to stop it. I want
Yeah.
like there's enough of that spirit. I appreciate that they're going back to their roots. I appreciate what they're trying.
I will not hate.
it.
I'm not going to hate on Metallica.
Yeah, and we've had these discussions
we
over
have.
these podcasts because it's a constant point of contention because
I know.
it gets me so fucking angry.
Listen, they paved the way for a lot of music, and
Yeah.
I mean, some of those early albums were great. And I don't mind anything up until the Black. I don't even hate the Black album. It has a spot in my heart. But once they, and listen, like you said, you can't keep making fucking. Who has put out albums consistently that are fucking amazing every single time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody's done it. You know what I mean? Like, so, for them to do that, but then once Load came out, that's when it totally changed for me.
It got weird.
Yeah, it got totally weird.
But I mean, like, look at it. I mean, look at it from their perspective, man. It's like they're making these records. They made 4 or 5 4 albums that were 4 albums in an EP that was one style. This is what is that? A decade's worth of work.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it's like, man, can we do something bluesy? Can we try something?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
So
it was
fucking,
experiment. A lot
so
of
so
musicians
you know,
and bands did
James-
experiment.
Kirk Hammett put on some eyeliner, and you're like, oh my god, this is so fun. They felt like they kind of reinvented.
you know what though? Go your separate ways. Do something a little
Yeah,
different.
I don't
you know?
I think they should have just called it something different.
Yeah,
That's the option.
It's hard to. I mean, it's hard to.
I just can't.
It's hard to. It's hard to step outside yourself and you know what I mean and. I'm at a loss for words.
They should have just named the band Load.
Yeah, exactly.
and
It
moved
should.
on from there.
Yeah.
I mean, here's how I look at it. What's your favorite Slayer album of all time?
South of Heaven.
There you go. What is your favorite? Oh shit, I don't know about black metal, but let me think about this. Your favorite Morbid Angel record, Melody?
I don't know.
Blessed are the sick.
Maybe I like a lot of them though.
Which number album was that when it came out? Was it the first, second, third, fourth?
I think Blessed are the sick was the second one.
Yeah, so
Second or third.
Second
this
or
is-
third.
Yeah.
Bands are their own worst enemy. A band comes out, they become well known, and that's the record that they'll never beat.
No, of course.
You know?
Listen, go.
And that's the way it is.
I don't expect Metallica to be a Ride the Lightning or a Master Puppets, which was a masterpiece.
Yes.
But when you tank that badly and just turn it into something that it made me physically ill because they were one of my favorite bands when I was like 14.
Sure.
And they changed my life to a certain extent, and it's just very disheartening when a band that I love that much goes in such a different direction that I actually can't even stand it.
Right.
That's upsetting to me.
Yeah, I totally
Do you know what I'm
get it.
saying?
I totally
That's all
get
it is.
I totally understand that, and I think that's like a musician's or a band's struggle is trying to maintain and hold on to their fan base, but at the same time
Still,
evolve
yeah,
and change
I
enough
understand
to
that.
satisfy their own artistic vision.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they'll always have the classics, and I'm sure, sorry to interrupt, when they do concerts, everyone wants to hear Master of Puppets,
Sure.
but we'll play that for an encore,
Sure.
but we want to play some more new stuff. On
Well,
new tracks.
Johnny, that was just like when
You
we
got
went.
to be a true fan. Good or
Sure.
bad, you got to like them.
When we went to go see, Anthrax last week, 2
Yeah.
weeks ago,
Mhm.
they wanted to play some new shit, and I don't blame them. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
absolutely.
Like they want to play some new stuff. They want people to hear their new stuff, and hopefully they dig it. You know,
Right.
and I didn't hate it. Like I actually dug it. I'm actually gonna pick up.
Because how many times do you think they played Caught in a Mosh?
Of course.
How many
Yeah.
thousands of times do you think they've actually played it?
Yeah, listen. I'm gonna.
I get it.
I 100% get it.
But it's still
100% get it.
it hurts my soul sometimes.
I understand that.
You know?
I mean, I think Candiria is one of the lucky bands, and I say this because we've been playing a song like Faction off of Beyond Equal Doubt for 20 years,
Yeah.
and
But-
I still enjoy playing it every
Yeah.
time we play it.
But because you know what's great about that, because you you really don't repeat the same riff twice, so you've technically only played that song 30 times.
Right.
Oh my God, I never thought of it.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
That's
John.
awesome.
Yeah.
Metal news?
Metal. All right. So thank you, Johnny. You want to stick around for the metal
John,
news?
you gotta stick around.
All
for
right.
metal news.
So we do metal inject. We go to metal injection every week, and we pick a few stories.
Thank you, Metal Injection.
And Frankie helps us out, and Frankie reads the news for us.
Can I also just say one thing?
Sure.
We're doing a listening party at Pink's in the East Village on October 4th.
Yes.
What day of the
And,
week is
it's
that?
a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
Is it
Next
next
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, yeah.
1 week
Next
from
Tuesday.
today.
Holy
The
crap.
time is already done. This year is done.
Yep.
Holy hell.
Pink's
I'll be there.
is
So
where?
Pink's is in the East Village on East 10th Street,
Okay.
off of First Avenue.
What time is it?
It's 7 to 10, and we're doing. Frank Godlow was kind enough to edit together a mini documentary about the making of the album. So we'll be playing the record.
I love Frank.
Frank is
What a
Frank,
great guy.
Yeah, Frank is a really good guy.
Frank is the best, and he's probably one of the hardest working people I've ever known, besides you guys and Frankie.
I just pretend to work. They put up with me. I'm just here.
That's pretty much true.
That is true.
I make them laugh.
But I invite,
Sometimes.
I invite you guys out. I invite all you folks out that are listening October 4th.
There's about 5 people listening, Johnny. So
That's actually not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
More and
actually
more
not
listening.
true.
I
Yeah.
see more and more people commenting
It's
and
true.
talking about it.
Yeah. No, we've been as long as we get this sound right at some point.
So we'll just keep trying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep trying. So bear with us. The sound will get better at some point.
So
You
what do
always-
you got for us, Frankie?
Well, so Johnny, I'll definitely be there, and hopefully you guys can make it out next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's
All right.
a cool tour. It's a cool 5-barrel world tour.
Thank
You
you.
have to have T-shirts that say that.
We do, we
Oh,
do.
Do you?
definitely
Yeah,
have
you
to have
do.
T-shirts.
We're
Cool.
gonna have to get some of those.
Cool. Cool.
We're gonna get some Frankie T-shirts. That's what we're gonna get.
Jeez.
I should make a Candiria shirt with Frankie on the.
Oh,
I should make a Lucky 13 shirt.
Yeah, we
How
should
about
make
I've
it
thought
like this.
about it, but it would be a little bit too much like Dancing Dominic over at Duff's, and I
Yeah,
don't want
that's-
anything to do with feeling like someone might think we copied something from that hellhole.
Good point.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's true. But well, whatever. Frankie will end up on a T-shirt someday.
Well, he should be on a t-shirt.
You should.
Well, thank you.
Well, maybe we'll wait till after he dies.
Yeah, I already said what I thought would be great is if Frankie dies, if he would donate his body to us, and we could just stuff him and stick him in a corner.
We
But
could.
He
I don't
wasn't
think you
into
could do that with humans, though.
he wasn't into it.
Formaldehyde. You can put me like a jar.
No, but I don't
of
think it's.
formaldehyde.
I don't think it's legal. That's my point.
What was
Well,
that,
you
what
know,
was that Terry Gilliam movie where Jeff Bridges winds up being stuffed and sits in the house? It's like one of the craziest.
I
Terry
missed
Gilliam
that
I
one.
didn't see that one
Oh,
either.
it's great.
Did you make that up in
Well,
your mind,
so-
No,
Johnny?
that
Well-
would be really. I'll remember the name.
Please,
I will.
please.
I don't know if so. I was just down in New Orleans recently. I went down to the Museum of Death. Okay, and yeah, and it was pretty freaking crazy. So
Brought me
apparently,
back a cool shirt.
yeah, apparently they have one in L.A. that's bigger than the one in New Orleans, and so one of the guys at the store told me that when Gigi Allen's mother dies, they're gonna exhume Gigi Allen's body. And they're going to bring it to the Museum of Death in Los Angeles. So I don't know what the legalities of it are. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
exactly. That's like grave robbing.
Well, who?
That's
I mean,
creepy.
who's did he give permission for something like that, and his mom just won't let it happen? Is that could that be it?
his mom won't let it happen, and Merle is the one that's gonna go ahead
Oh.
and let it happen.
Well,
So
I don't know. I take that with a grain of salt.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's like
I mean, he
Gigi
was supposed to
Allen
kill
was-
himself
yeah,
on
every
stage,
freaking
and then he just OD'd
That's
like an
true.
idiot.
That's true.
Like a schmuck on some
Jesus.
bad heroin.
Yeah.
Duh.
I got some new plans next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just gonna
Say, I'll kill myself
some
sooner.
feces. But at least when he flung feces, he would eat it so that the venue wouldn't have to then clean it up. So that was actually very nice of
I
him.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Melody.
I don't know. I saw plenty of- I was-
Corporophagia. That's called corporophagia.
I never saw. I saw him rolling around in it quite a bit, and yeah.
Good times.
I never saw it live, which I'm
Good times.
don't care if I did.
Yeah. So
All right, Frankie.
not Gigi Allen news, please.
Yeah. Dun, 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 Frankie with the
Frankie.
news.
We have the heavy metal news, guys and girls, for the week, brought to us by Metal Injection. Thank you, Metal Injection. This is cool. John Carpenter calls Rob Zombie a lying piece of shit for Halloween remakes. I'm a big John Carpenter fan. Rob, I love you, Rob, but Devil's Rejects cool. Your Halloween movies, a little too much info on Mike there.
I agree with you 100%, Frankie.
Me too.
What about?
But did you see the remake of Halloween?
No, because I refused.
It was.
You're missing nothing.
I didn't like
Sorry,
it.
No,
Rob.
I know-
love his other movies, but
No. When there's a
I
movie,
don't-
when there's an amazing movie and it gets remade, I will not dirty its
Soil it.
images. Yeah, I won't soil its presence in my mind by watching a remake of it.
Dawn of the Dead, though. I like the Dawn of the Dead remake, but it wasn't really a remake.
It wasn't
was
really
kind of a
remake.
reboot.
Yeah.
But there's certain ones that I think have done okay, but 9 times out of 10 they fall on their face. And the Rob Zombie one did it fell on its fucking face. And I love that John Carpenter said this shit about it.
I love the fact that he's being celebrated right now with all the music and all the soundtrack stuff.
Yeah, he did that sold out show at fucking Best Buy or
It's
whatever
fantastic.
that theater
Yeah,
is.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Resurgence of all of that style of music right now. That movie.
I think it's PlayStation now.
Yeah.
It was Best Buy.
Yeah, it's PlayStation.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But all of
Blockbuster,
that
who the fuck
music,
Nokia. It was Nokia.
Yeah, it was Nokia.
Now it's PlayStation.
Yeah.
50,000 different things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's because nobody has money.
Yeah.
Keep selling
Good
it.
point.
So what do you have to say, Frankie, about that's it? That's all you just called him a piece of shit?
Well, according to like an interview with John Carpenter, he talked about Rob Zombie in the interview. Carpenter and Rob Zombie told him like, "Oh, really cold-hearted? You don't want me to do the remake?" And John Carpenter said, "Furthest from the truth." He goes, "Go with it, do what you have to." But John Carpenter
Do what you have to.
Yeah, but Mr. Carpenter just didn't like the fact that he took the mystique away by what we were talking about, giving too much information about Michael Myers. You know, Michael Myers was born evil, a force of nature, and, too much info.
I agree with you, Frankie.
Zombie movies.
I tried to watch that 31 the other night.
Yeah, I heard it's terrible also.
Yeah.
If Ralph tells me a horror movie is bad, it's bad.
I got about a half hour into it, and the shitty thing about him is, listen, The Devil's Reject is the only one that I enjoyed.
I think it's the only one.
House of a Thousand Corpses was all right. It was all right. It was all right for what it was. Remember,
cheesy.
we were living together at the time, and I rented it, and you
I
were like,
know.
"What the fuck?"
I was not happy
But then
about
you
it.
did come with me. We were together. I think we broke up, and we were together again for Devil's Reject.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we went to the movie theater to see that. Actually.
Jeffrey's Rejects.
Yes.
It was good.
Oh.
Right. That one was good. I mean, better.
That was better. But you know what the thing is though? He makes all if everybody that fucking gets killed in his movies should get fucking killed because they're scumbags. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel sorry for a single person that gets killed, especially his wife. You know what I mean?
She's
Fucking
the worst actress.
Oh,
Also.
she's
So
awful.
she's hot. Who cares?
She's
She's
not-
not that hot.
yeah. Fucking she acts like a whore. She acts like a dirty, filthy
She's from
whore.
Texas.
What does that mean? You should be a dirty, filthy whore?
No, but it's true though. You're right. Whenever Rob does something original on his own, that's fine. But stay away from
No, he
remakes,
doesn't.
Rob.
31.
Make
I
some
didn't like
music,
that.
Rob. Stop making movies.
Yeah, you know what?
Next.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. Whatever. Let's just move on.
Carry on.
This is interesting. Moby, Dimebag, Darrell, and Tommy Lee once again agreed to be in a band together.
Once again?
Moby,
Once again, is that what it says?
Yeah.
Once
Tommy
again.
Lee,
Once agreed to be in a band together. I'm sorry.
once agreed.
Once
All right.
agreed.
I'm like,
my
Dimebag's
mistake.
kind of dead.
Yeah.
I was
Moby,
thinking that.
Dimebag, Darrell, yes, and Tommy Lee once agreed to be in a band together. Metal Injection.
And Frankie, what happened to that band?
At some point, about 4 in the morning, Darrell, Tommy, and I, they were drunk, and they decided to form a band together, and that lasted about a hangover that lasted for days.
Yeah, so
That's it?
That's it.
That's
the
it,
whole
Frankie.
story.
That was a whole fucking page there.
That's the whole story.
What were the members? Dimebag, Tommy Lee, and who else?
Moby.
Moby,
Yeah.
God.
Why are those guys even
Don't like
getting
this
wasted
band at
together?
all.
Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee,
Moby.
Moby.
The ultimate vegan.
Yeah.
I have to fart. I don't want to fart in the microphone, but I won't because they're new mics.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no,
And you
but-
took the cover off.
Yeah,
so-
That's how I feel.
As long as you don't
Aside from
fucking
mics.
put your
Yeah.
ass right up against the mic, it's totally you can. You sit next to
Dimebag,
Melody, so
Darrell.
it's
I'm
fine.
sitting next to him. It's gonna, Melody's
Yeah.
gonna get a nice waft of it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be good.
Toot toot. Again.
We
Yeah.
don't know each other that well. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
She doesn't eat meat, but she's gonna know what it tastes like in a second.
I have. Very funny.
All right, Frankie, that's it. That's all you got to say.
Oh, yeah, just saying how Moby used to play when he was a kid in punk rock bands, and that's how early he was listening to Metallica. Moby's a Metallica fan. Pretty cool, for example. And he said, they were hanging out, talking about getting into a band, and it didn't happen.
Why is this news now? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's a really
Who cares?
weird thing.
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
you chose it, didn't you?
I chose listen because you know what's funny is a lot of stuff on Metal Injection is videos and stuff like that, reviews. And we can't play a video here, and I'm not going to go playing somebody else's music
So
here
this was
also
like,
without
oh,
their
this
permission.
is somehow news.
Yes, so
Right.
I picked new stuff out also. Why you give me a fucking hard time, man?
It's interesting enough to talk
It's,
about.
it's
Yeah, it
not,
is.
It's not interesting.
You don't
Yeah.
think so?
No, let's
Yeah.
move on.
All right, what else? What else you got coming up? Frank?
Motorhead has an IPA beer coming out.
We have been reporting on a lot of the
we
beers
have been
coming out.
reporting on the bands and their beers.
Yes.
So.
We tried Anthrax beer last. Did you try the Anthrax
I
beer
did
last
not
week?
try it. How was it, Jeff?
I thought it was delicious. We
Yeah.
went over this last week.
Yeah.
It was delicious. It was-
I was actually hanging out with, it's really strange, Mike Monterulo, who is actually Anthrax manager, was Candiria's booking agent for
Who
some
Johnny
years,
didn't realize.
who I didn't.
Oopsie.
You know what though, Johnny?
So bad.
Dude, what was great about that though is because I do that kind of shit all the time. I forget who people are.
But you're retarded
And-
and Johnny isn't, so that must have
Well,
been really embarrassing for Johnny.
I
See?
haven't seen Mike Monterulo
I'm gonna-
in a very long time.
Yeah.
And it just was, and I saw the email, I saw the text message from Chris. I think he sent us either an email or a text message that said Mike Monterulo and Charlie were going to come and hang with us for a minute or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, Mike Monterulo, that's my old booking agent from the agency group. And I just, when he came in, I just didn't realize that was Mike Monterulo. And then he said hello to me, and he's like, oh, Mike Monterulo, don't you remember me? And I was like, holy shit, dude, I'm so sorry, I forgot who the fuck you were for a minute.
Yeah,
So
It
yeah,
happens.
my bad.
it does
We've
happen.
done a lot of drinking over the years.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have.
So.
And drugs.
Drinking and drugs
Well,
and
It
Thanks
happens.
to
shit.
you guys.
I come in sometimes.
Listen,
I
I don't do drugs, so you can't blame
No,
me
no.
on your fucking drug
No,
use.
you're right.
forget, listen, there's certain things that you've done that are considered drugs. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, I do know
Yeah.
that.
The pot is a drug, actually.
Which I hate pot.
And I'm not going to disclose your drug usage,
I
but
hate-
there's still some
I
things
hate
you've
the
tried.
pot.
Yeah.
Pot. I hate the pot.
I don't
know.
like it. I don't like
Pot is our friend. It's nature.
It's all right. I forget who Frankie is sometimes when I walk in. I thought it was a little old woman.
I will say though, Mike Monroe is one of the nicest people I've ever met in the music industry. He really is, and he still continues to do amazing stuff.
it. This is you being nice, making up for not remembering him, just in case he hears this.
I mean, maybe I'm making up a little bit for the
Yeah.
fact that I just didn't
It's cool.
remember in the
It's cool.
moment,
It
and then he
happens.
said hello, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
of course. But yeah, no, he's an awesome dude.
So, Frankie, what's the IPA like? Does it say? Does it have a nice bottle? What's the news on it?
Well, this beer will be 4.5%
Okay.
ABV in a can and
In a
5%
can.
in a bottle.
Oh, it's got both.
Yep, this beer will be
Is it
available.
black? It should be black.
Of course it's black. There was a picture of it. But sometimes I don't print stuff out for the pictures because ink's fucking expensive, as I told you
That's
this
true.
earlier.
That's true. In case people think we're rich, we're not
Yeah,
printing
no shit.
stuff. It's the
I paid
ink cartridges
$65 for
are
fucking ink
so
cartridges the other day.
expensive. That's really sad. I knew it would be black, though. It has to be black.
Yeah, it's black and gold. It's actually pretty cool
Oh.
looking.
It's like the Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, we have the new Trooper beer here. So if you come by,
Yeah,
we
we
have
do.
the
There
new
is
red
another
and
Trooper
black
beer.
Trooper beer. We just
You know,
got
I
it in
didn't try
today.
I didn't try. Oh, you got it in today?
We just got it in.
We got it in, yeah. Have you tried Trooper beer at all?
I have not. I'd like
This
to.
one's
There's a
supposed
new
to be
one.
better.
This
The
is the
new
third.
one.
This is the third Trooper beer.
The third iteration.
The third
of
Iron
Trooper
Maiden beer. They're not called Trooper because the only Trooper is right.
No, the other one was called Trooper 666.
Okay.
This is just straight
This
up
is
Trooper.
called
This
Red
is
and
Trooper
black?
Red and Black or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
have it.
They're
If you want to
Trooper
try
series.
one on the
Yeah.
way out.
What, sorry, Frankie. That's it. That's all I get to say.
The beer was brewed in conjunction with Cameron's Brewery and has received the seal of approval from all the remaining band members, Mickey D, Phil Campbell. And it'll be available later this year in the good old US.
All right, maybe we'll
Well,
get that.
I hope it
I would
goes
love to
down
get that.
fast and it makes girls loose.
It doesn't describe
I bet it will.
like that. It doesn't describe if it's an amber or but hey.
It's an
It's an
it's an
IPA,
it's
Frankie.
an IPA.
Frankie, you told us it's an IPA.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
IPA stands for
India Pale Ale.
What's the
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I'm sorry every day.
Where does the India Pale Ale
Where
come
does
from?
India come
See, actually, it was because that flavor was first created in India, and the people who were making it were very pale.
Do you see his
And,
face when he
um,
makes shit up? I was waiting to hear what was going to come
You know
out
when
of
my
his
brother
mouth.
lies, his eyebrows go up.
Yeah,
it's a dead
yeah.
giveaway, and I don't know his.
And when
I
he
don't know his
starts-
style.
he gets
My brother's
very,
like,
like,
dude, did you
yeah.
hear about this and that and the third? I'm like, dude, come on,
Yeah.
I know you're lying.
That was lovely.
I can't see your eyebrows because you're bandana.
That's true, that's true.
That's his way
That's his whole
out.
thing.
It
This
is.
is so his girlfriend
Melody,
never knows that
yeah,
he's lying.
Melody notices.
Fiance.
Yeah. See, because I start to think about it too much, and Melody can smell it next to me. So when I start to think too much, so
Yeah, I smell the wood burning.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Next story, Frankie.
what else you got, Francis?
That's pretty cool. AVP? I don't know.
IPA,
Frankie.
Okay, AVP.
IPA.
ABV stands for alcohol by volume,
That's it,
Frankie.
okay. You think I would know?
Jesus
Sorry.
I know. Frankie, you are 50% alcohol by volume.
That's true.
80%.
That's true. There was a Coil song, There's Too Much Blood in My Alcohol.
Yeah.
That's pretty much Frankie.
Yeah, that is.
All right, what else you got, Francis?
Dancing says Misfits played final reunion show. New Misfits record seems unlikely.
New Misfits record seems unlikely.
Yeah.
Dancing says Misfits played their final reunion show.
Danzig.
No, it says Miss. What are you talking?
Dancing says Misfits played final reunion show. New Misfits record seems unlikely.
Oh, I see. So Danzig
Dancing says
Yeah,
Misfits
that's what Danzig
played their
says.
final,
Yeah.
final reunion
How
tour.
many did they play altogether?
177.
They played
Really?
177. Holy Jesus.
Maya, did you see my eyebrows go up?
Yes. No, they played what? 2? They played Chicago
I
and.
forget what else they played.
I heard it was good.
I heard it was great.
They had
Did
Dave
play here?
Lombardo.
No, they didn't play
They
here.
didn't play here.
No, Chicago was the closest they came. I think it was only 2 shows. It was like LA and Chicago. I don't even know if it was
I
LA,
can
but
see them touring and sticking together from here on out.
We'll see.
It's good for both of their careers if they're going to continue being.
it would be. And they got Dave Lombardo playing drums
Yeah,
for them
that's
right now.
pretty
So,
Yeah, that is
yeah.
pretty cool.
I mean, we were fortunate enough to not to talk about Candiria again, but I will. No, we were fortunate enough to be asked to go out on the road with those guys, and some of the nicest people we ever toured with. Guar fans suck.
Yeah. You
That's
had
they're
to
great
go
for
on
Guar.
tour to figure
Yeah.
that out?
Yeah.
But they did not like us one bit.
Dude, and-
Misfits fans, on the other hand, loved us.
Yes.
And
Dude, any-
they were really cool.
Anytime I saw anybody open up for Guar, they had a hard time
Very
opening.
Of
Except the
course.
Lunatics. I saw the Lunatics open up for Guar in like 1989 in the Channel in Boston, and they killed it.
Were you like
Luna-
17?
I was 18 years old. Yeah. The Lunatics killed it. I had to be 18 to get into the Guar show. Maybe it was 90.
Yeah. Because you couldn't have been.
No, maybe it was 90. Oh,
Yeah.
God, I'm retarded. No, I was
I
not
know,
18 in
I-
1992.
yeah.
I was 19, and you know what? I
It's
think I
okay,
was.
you don't need to know
I think
how
I
old you
was.
are.
I
We'll
must
do
have been
some math later.
26. I was 27 actually
Wow.
in
I
1989.
was 48.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Francis.
Where were they? Dancing declared that the band's Bright Fist gig in Chicago was the last reunion show. Dancing also touches on the idea of a new Misfits album. If there's going to be another Misfits record, I probably have to write all this stuff, he said. And I've got a full plate, so I don't know. And according to Dancing is finishing up his album of Elvis covers at the moment.
I'm
There's
actually.
no N in Danzig,
Yeah.
Frankie.
Sorry, Danzig.
Yes.
You know why you give him a hard time, man?
Because
He's reading the fucking news.
it's better to maybe pronounce
He's
it and write once in a
so
while.
I think we need to get Frankie a microphone and be the man on the scene now.
Oh my God.
Send them out to
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah, we got to send him out to interview some bands.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we got to.
come out.
Hilarious.
Dude, I got some. Dude, we could get him some great questions to ask you guys.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in a Danzig Elvis record. That'd be really cool.
Apparently, it's coming out. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
yeah.
I was never a big Danzig fan, but
But he
I'm a big
kind of
Elvis
is
fan.
Elvis, so
Yeah.
A heavy metal version,
yeah,
yes.
it makes perfect sense.
Doesn't say release date, so that's what he's working on.
That's great.
Yeah,
excited to
I'm
hear
looking
it.
forward to that too.
Yeah.
What else you got, Francis? Is that it?
Chuck Billy says he did not get Rob Dukes fired from Exodus.
So everyone thought he did, I guess.
Yeah, it's a big rumor going around. You didn't hear that?
No, I
Oh,
don't listen to a lot of these rumors.
Frankie, tell us.
No,
Tell us what's
tell us
going on
about
with
it.
the Exodus and Chuck Billy.
Last year, former Exodus vocalist Rob Duke accused Chuck Billy of pushing him out of the band. Billy was part of a new management team that Exodus took on before the album cycle at the same time. Duke says Billy was the one pushing him out, and then that Billy is pushing his interest, and out of the band, Testament ahead of Exodus.
Well, big news.
Big
Big
news.
news.
Yeah.
Big news going on in the metal world.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on.
Yeah. You know what? Story I forgot to get which I meant to get was who's that Lambert guy who went to prison
Oh,
for
yeah,
killing
he's singing
for
Every Time I Die.
yes for putting a hit out on his wife.
Yeah.
Apparently
Intense.
he's suing the prison system
Yeah.
for not giving him medicine for coming off steroids, so now he's getting man boobs.
Yeah, withdrawal.
Yeah.
It's serious shit, man.
He must have been doing a lot of steroids though.
Probably was. Might have made him a little mental too.
Yeah.
That might have had something to do with him trying to put a hit out on his wife.
Maybe his wife was a bitch. You know what I mean?
I
I'm just saying.
It still doesn't mean you should,
No.
have her killed.
You know how many people I offered money to fucking kill you when we dated?
And guess what? No one took it.
No, they didn't take it.
Because
They
I'm
were-
awesome
they
and
were-
you suck.
Yeah, I think $6 and a beer wasn't cutting
Yeah, I
it either.
guess
You know what I
not.
mean?
Listen, I'll give you $6.
Yeah.
And all the beer you can drink.
And also,
Yeah.
everyone's afraid of me, in case you haven't heard the last
Oh,
podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
You want me to kill
I tried to
you?
Please.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that.
I tried to kill you a few times. It was like
Didn't
a
you eat
fucking
pair of
little rabbit
glasses
duck.
once?
I did eat a pair of glasses.
Off
once.
someone's dude. Some
It was
dude's
some
face
girl,
and-
actually.
Oh, some girl.
Yeah.
Some poor, unsuspecting.
I told her to get the
young
fuck
girl.
out, and she said, she told me to make her get the fuck out, so I ate her glasses. I mean,
Wait, didn't you dive over the bar and rip them off her face and then eat them?
yeah. So,
I mean, can we talk about that?
maybe
for a
people
minute?
should listen to me.
Yeah, if you want
listen
to,
you.
If I ask you to go, you should probably leave.
but the great thing about it though is they were candy glasses.
That would have been amazing.
And she
Yeah.
was an actress.
Instead
Yes.
of spitting
They
blood
were-
everywhere.
Yes, they were made out of Twizzlers.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Is that all we got in the news, Frankie? I think that's all the stories we had,
Yes.
right? All
Awesome.
right, Frankie. Thank you for your news. We are, we are. We're gonna send you on the field at
Oh,
some point,
geez.
Frankie, and have you do some.
That'd be hilarious.
We did.
According to
You like
Chuck Billy,
stuttering-
he
you like
said
stuttering
he can
Mike?
push him out of the
Yeah, the Stuttering John.
Stuttering John?
Yeah.
Stuttering-
Yeah. Did you
stuttering
watch the
forever?
debates last night? By the way,
Did I watch what?
the debates that all last night.
yes,
by the way?
I did.
And-
Are we going to
and-
talk about politics
It's just
right now?
very brief. I just thought it's fucking funny as shit that's Howard Stern got mentioned in a fucking political
In a
debate.
political debate,
Yeah, I
yeah.
thought that was hilarious.
props to
We
hell.
know we're in
America's
trouble.
going to hell.
We're in trouble.
Really
We are
crazy,
fucked.
sad scene.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Get out and vote, kids. Please get out and vote.
Vote for who though? Like I got to be honest. Like I don't really like either one of them.
We can't have this discussion right now.
Yeah, you don't wanna get
'Cause-
into that.
No, because I'll smash you. I'll eat your fucking glasses. Because Donald Trump has no political experience and is a bigot and a racist and cannot become president of this fucking country.
I agree with that.
I'm sorry. I don't like Hillary either.
Listen, I say we let both of them have each one get 6 months in. At the end of that 6 months, if you suck, you get stoned to death.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
intense.
that's pretty intense, right? So you buck the fuck up and do a good job.
We need an independent candidate. I'm telling everybody.
Donald
Kermit
Trump
the
can't
Frog.
even handle his hair.
You know what
think
we
he
need?
can handle this
Kermit
country?
the Frog.
You know what? Let's get Frankie for President T-shirts. Lucky 13.
That's a great idea.
Supported by Lucky 13.
That's a great
Wasn't
idea.
Rosie O'Donnell running for a moment there? Was it Rosie O'Donnell? I
don't know.
No, there was like some documentary.
If Oprah ran, I'd vote for her.
Yeah, I would. I would vote for Oprah.
Oprah? Fucking love Oprah.
I mean,
I'd make out with
my
Oprah.
only issue with Hillary Clinton, if it's okay to say one thing,
She's a woman.
I
No.
don't love Hillary Clinton
I don't care about
actually.
that.
I don't love her.
My only issue is that she's an insider for 30 years, and I just have this feeling that although she'll have good intentions, we will just be disappointed. I think Hillary Clinton will make a good president, but we need change in this country. There's corruption.
And nothing's
I think
gonna
it's
change.
our biggest problem right now.
Yeah.
I don't see that changing because she's an insider. Other than that, I think she'll be a good president, but I don't love her. Like I don't
love her
you know,
either, but I think she actually could handle the job.
I think she could too. I mean, in my opinion, there's no competition right now. Who is better equipped to deal with what
Right,
we
of
have going
course.
right now?
But
You know?
I would like to see them fight. Like, just fucking wrestle. Oil up. Just
There's
go
a-
for
there's
it.
a-
he actually
In a
said he
steel
was going to
cage.
bring Jennifer Flowers to the debate and just have her sit next to him on stage.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he did.
He
Did
actually said
Did
that.
they say that on Facebook?
He
No,
just-
it was all over the news.
He behaved like a friggin' moron
Yeah.
the whole time. I mean, it's just insane.
He kept talking over her and
He-
getting, aggravated.
It
And
was like he was a teenager.
that's
with a
not
microphone.
someone you want in the White House.
He did.
Could you imagine what he would do to relations with other countries if he acted like that?
And listen, but by no means am I pro Trump or even pro Hillary. I'm fucking. I'm not voting. I'm fucking
You
boycotting
have
this
to
one.
vote.
I'm not. I'm not.
This
I'm-
is exactly the problem. No one's going to vote, and all these NRA douchebags are going to go out and vote for Trump, and we're fucked. So we're going to have this discussion when we get off the air. Thank you. Good night.
I'm not.
Johnny, thank you so much for coming on our podcast.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thank you too.
The
Yes,
look with
Johnny.
The tour. The tour's gonna be cool.
Thank
Be
you very
rocking.
much.
Yes.
Johnny, thank you very
I can't wait
much.
to hear the album.
Thank you.
If you need a place to sleep, you can crash at my house while you're out on the road.
Thanks, buddy. Come back home and be like, ding
In the
dong.
world tour.
Yeah.
Move over.
5-borough
Yeah.
world tour.
All right, Frankie, thank you for the news. Melody, the lovely Melody. Henry.
The lovely Melody.
Yeah,
Henry.
she'll
Thank you,
eat.
Metal Injection.
She'll eat your
I'll eat
glasses.
your glasses. Don't walk in on the podcast either.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you guys.
terrified that
Yes.
kid.
We'll
That's
talk to you
so
guys
cool.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.